whether you read, whether you write, whether you sell, whether you borrow, whether you, whatever it is, whether you teach, as long as you have a relationship with books, then you're welcome right here on this platform. My name is Damilola Raphael. I am your teaching and learning advocate. Now, for this new season of the bookshelf, we are looking, we have established already what we are going to be working with. Somebody said the mandates. Okay, so we have a mandate that we are going to be working with. We have a goal that we want to reach, and that is 3 words: complete a book. So whether you're writing, whether you're reading, whether you are selling, complete the book. Finish selling all the quota that you have with you, right? So complete a book. That's what we have been driving since the beginning of this new season of the bookshelf. And I am sure that however this relates to you, you are working towards achieving that aim before the end of the season. Now, it could be something that you work on gradually and then you have a lump sum at the end of the season, or something that you put together, complete, and then you have a whole lot, you know, just like we have so many episodes, right, in one particular season. So where you also are going to be having different packages like that together at the end of the season for your particular goal that works for you. Complete a book. And for today's installment, we are going to be completing a book live on set. I call it the active prototype. That's the live example of completing a book. Live example, active prototype of completing a book. So it goes beyond us, you know, just coming and telling you complete a book, complete a book, complete a book. We want to lead by example. We want to lead by example. And so help us God, we are going to be starting. One of the key words for us when we started talking about completing a book is the fact that just start from those basics. If it is reading, for instance, you know, start from very, very small books and then you expand. And before you know, you're reading, or yes, reading, for those reading, you're reading voluminous books. And if it is that you're writing, well, you're going to start with maybe your daily experiences and all that. You could have a memoir. I recall talking about in the last episode, a book reviewer talking about how that you should actually finish reading the entire book, and he was reviewing a memoir. If you missed out on that, please go visit us on our YouTube channel, that's at Western Spring Television. You should not be missing any episodes. We're so thankful for the internet. They said it never forgets, right? What does it never forget? Not only gossip, so not only unforgiveness. It should also never forget good things. It should never forget information that will help to build life and make it better for us all, right? So the internet never forgets. It has not forgotten the last episode. It has not forgotten previous episodes from different seasons of the bookshelf. It's there live on YouTube at Western Spring Television. Now, tell somebody that the bookshelf is live. So we are going to be doing an active prototype, and I'm going to be giving a background to what I'll be doing right here. You want some explainers? Wait for it. So I'll start also with the small ones, all right, to show you that not because I'm being cowardly or I'm being lazy, okay, is to show you it can actually get done. Just starting with the little ones, the little drops of water, they say, makes the big mighty ocean, right? So I'll be starting right here with religious books, 2 major religious books, okay? And let's start with the Al-Quran, shall we? Now, the Al-Quran is a compilation of different chapters that make a whole book, unlike the Christian Bible, that is a compilation of different books that have many different chapters. Some of them have just 1, some of them have 2, some of them have 3. But for the Quran, let's start with the Quran, since that's what we want to start out with. It's a compilation of many different chapters, all right? And then these chapters have books. And the longest chapter of the Al-Quran is the Al-Baqarah. This contains 286 verses. Al-Baqarah contains 286 verses. And then we have the shortest surah, okay, or the shortest chapter, which is the Al-Kawthar. Al-Kawthar, it has only 3 verses. What are some of the other interesting fun facts that we should get to know about the Al-Kawthar? It translates to the abundance in Arabic, or Al-Kawthar translates to the abundance, you know, from Arabic Al-Kawthar to English, the abundance. It is the 108th chapter of the Quran, the 108th chapter of the Quran. Now, Al-Kawthar has 2 meanings. One is it is a river in paradise, which Allah has given to his prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. And then 2, Al-Kawthar is a great cistern, a tank, that's a tank for holding water. For instance, your water closet, okay? That thing behind you, you call it a cistern, C-I-S-T-E-R-N, okay? So it is a great cistern which will be set up in the place of gathering on the day of resurrection, to which the Ummah of Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, will come. Okay, so now that explains, you understand why I'm dressed like this, right? So I'm going to be reciting from the Holy Quran at this time, chapter 108, Surah Al-Kawthar. Are we ready? I'm going to be taking it in the Arabic. Remember, one of the seasons of the bookshelf, the second season, to be precise, where we talked about us learning a new language. I'll take this in the Arabic. Should I tell you what I want to do now, or let me wait until the end? Okay, so let's take it in the Arabic, then I'll tell you what it is that is on my mind so that you don't move on. All right, let's go. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Inna atayna al-Kawthar. Fasali li rabbika wanhar. Inna shani'aka huwal abtar. All right, so that's in Arabic. And what I really wanted to say earlier was, I didn't want to be hard. So let me take it easy. I'm not going to translate. Go and get the meaning for yourself. I've tried now. I just completed, mashallah, I just completed a chapter, a whole chapter, whatever it is, 3 verses. It's something. I just completed a whole chapter of the Al-Quran. Can you beat your chest as well that you can do it? You can. It is possible. It is possible. Remember, I said that the Al-Quran is a whole book on its own, and then it comes in different chapters. I just read chapter 108, the shortest chapter in the Al-Quran, actually. So go ahead and make sure you do something for yourself as well. Remember, for this year, we are focusing on completing a book. So let's move on. Somebody said, I look like Sisters Act on the other side. So let's go to the Christian religion, shall we? And we are going to be looking at reading, completing, not just reading, but completing one of the books. Remember that we said the Bible, the Christian Bible, is a compilation of different books. And then these different books have many, some of them even come in parts, right? You have the first of it, the second of it, and then breaking down into different chapters, different verses. So I'll be looking at the Old Testament. I'll be picking one of the books from the Old Testament. But let's give us a breakdown on some of the shortest books in the Christian Bible. Now, these books I'm going to be mentioning are counted. So I'll be giving you the number of words that they have. But the counting is from the underlying Greek and Hebrew, not from the English language translation, please. It's Hebrew and Greek translations that were counted. Okay, so the first one with 219 words is 3rd John. Remember, I said that the Christian Bible has different books. Now, these books will come in parts. You have 1st, 2nd, 3rd. So here we have 3rd John. It's a New Testament book, 219 words, Greek and Hebrew, please, translation counted. All right, the second one is 2nd John. Beat that. 2nd John has 245 words. Moving on is the book of Philemon. Philemon has 335 words. And number 4 Obadiah has 440 words. The book of Obadiah has 440 words. And the fifth one is the book of Jude, has 461 words, counting the Greek or the Hebrew translation, not the words in the English. We are going to do this right about now. Active prototype. We're finishing the whole book of Obadiah. Come through with me. Start with this one. The vision of Obadiah. Thus says the Lord God concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that said in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, says the Lord. 5. If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they have had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Shall I not in that day, says the Lord, even destroy the wise men of Edom and understanding out of the mount of Esau? And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall they be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter? For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces, and foreigners entered into his gates, and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou wast as one of them. But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother, in the day that he became a stranger, neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction, neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress. 13. Thou shouldest not have entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity. Yea, thou shouldest not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. Neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that did escape. Neither shouldest thou have delivered up those of his that did remain in the day of distress. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. Or as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining in the house of Esau, for the Lord has spoken it. 19. And they of the south shall possess the mount of Esau, and they of the plain the Philistines, and they shall possess the fields of Ephraim, and the fields of Samaria, and Benjamin shall possess Gilead, and the captivity of this host of the children of Israel shall possess that of the Canaanites, even unto Zarephath, and the captivity of Jerusalem, which is in the Sepharad, shall possess the cities of the south. Last verse 21. And saviors shall come up on Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be the Lord's. Just like that, we finished the whole book of Obadiah. I need to take a break. Well-deserved break, I should call it, right? We'll go on this very quick break. On the other side of it, I'll be bringing you news round on things related to education, as we promised in this new season of the bookshelf. We'll be right back.
Ransom Kuti was an educationist and advocate of women's rights. She was recognized for her vitriolic comments against colonial policy of taxation as it affected the Nigerian women. Bere, as fondly addressed by her women followers, Funmilayo championed the initiation of universal adult suffrage, which gave an unprecedented leeway for women to contest elective offices and power to exercise voting rights. Married to a foremost educationist and teacher, Israel Oladotun Ransom Kuti, the first president of Nigeria Union of Teachers, Funmilayo Ransom Kuti was the mother of children who inherited her spirit of activism. Olufela and Be Ololari, the former, a renowned musical legend. She was the first female student of Abeokuta Grammar School and the first female to own and drive a car in Nigeria. The award recipient of Member of Order of Nigeria MON and Lenin Peace Prize, was born on 25th October 1900 and was killed on 13th April 1978 by rampaging road soldiers in Lagos. Western Spring Television identifies Funmilayo Ransom Kuti as a watershed character in history.
Thank you very sincerely for keeping faith with us right here. The bookshelf continues, and we are on the second leg. After this, we'll be wrapping up on the show live from the studios of the Western Spring Television. So we said before the break that we're back on the other side of it to give you news round in the world of education right here for this new season. It's one of the things we're going to be working on. So help us God. So let's start with this one right here. Loads of reports with regards security, climate, economic instability, technology threaten children in 2025. That's according to the UNICEF. Now, a new report by the United Nations Children Fund titled Prospects for Children in 2025, Building Resilient Systems for Children's Futures, identified geopolitics, economic, environmental, and climate change, technology, and global governance as the crisis that will disproportionately impact children in the next 12 months. A report on UNICEF's website published in January 2025 said that the report was the latest edition of the Global Outlook, a series of reports produced each year by UNICEF Innocenti Global Office of Research and Foresight. And these challenges in the next 12 months, it's good to have foresight like this, and then be able to prepare, right? To be forewarned is to be forearmed in it. All right, let's move on. This very sad one right here. Bowen Varsity set up panel to unmask students' killers. And to think that that particular institution, one of their students won the 2024 Amnesty InterVarsity debate. And that's sad report right there. But work is ongoing between the institution and, of course, the Nigerian police and other sister security agencies. And we do hope that the perpetrator of these acts will be brought to book, and this will be nipped in the bud, not just in that institution, but, of course, cutting across the different institutions. And this very sad one, children are supposed to be the leaders of tomorrow, but some suspects have been remanded for kidnap and sale of 14 Ondo children, and this happened between Osun and Ondo. Imagine selling children for 500, $500,000 naira, and then the owner of an orphanage, 62-year-old, a 62-year-old Izoha right there, later selling the babies for 1 million naira. They had been sold when they were much younger. All right, there is an opinion piece right here, says in praise of Nigerian students with regards, sharing of rice palliatives to student union government leaders. And these persons insisting they will not take it except it will get across to all students across the nation. All right, so many reports coming through, but we just have to go. Let me very quickly take this one here. Betting shops replace book clubs as economic pressures, social media dampen reading culture. We're going to be doing some work on this on the bookshelf. Work with us. Let's do this together and make it happen. We'll be bringing on some set of people to talk to us about this whole idea of school na scam. All right, betting shops replace book clubs as economic pressures, social media dampen reading culture. And that's about where we are going to be drawing the curtain right here on the bookshelf. Thank you very sincerely for following this episode. What am I going to be looking like next time? I'm going to be looking so fine. Come on. I'm not looking good. I represented well, right? I told you, learning is fun. I'm your teaching and learning advocate. My name is Damilola Raphael. I look forward to seeing you next time on the bookshelf. Goodbye and God bless.